Hi folks, welcome to the Top Sous Vide channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Anova precision cooker container. I'm pretty excited about this. This is a purchase I've been putting off for a long time, just trying to figure out whether I need it or not. Decided to take the plunge, so I'm going to unbox it with you all and maybe see what it's about. I'd like to share that with you. So just getting out of the container here. First thing I find here is the metal rack that it comes with. It's non-traditional, if you will. It looks like it sits on top versus on bottom to hold your food items. So we'll put that aside. And we have the container. So, and the lid. All right, so the container lid, the lid is very heavy. I was not expecting that. So, high quality stuff, very nice sort of transparency, if you will. Very nice quality. That is a strong impression I'm getting right off the bat. I start to understand why it costs more than other containers just looking at it like this. Okay, so I guess let's take one piece at a time. As we look at the lid itself, what I'm noticing is like there's a large lip, if you will, to the lid. So it's not like your traditional lid where it kind of flops on top. This too, I mean, it's not like a gasket of any sort, but it will certainly help keep the condensation in and running down, which is nice. And then you can see that there's sort of a universal, I guess, almost like flange type setup here to where it can fit multiple cookers. Why don't I grab my Anova quick. So here's sort of the old school Anova. Let's see how that sort of fits on here. But this looks like a sort of a universal setup that would fit something like my Joule or what have you. So let's test it, see how this works. And voila. All right, so again, sort of fits the standard old school Anova, if you will. Looks like it would fit multiple items, just given sort of how this is created. I do know it works with things like the Joule. So there's a wide range that you could use here. Now, let's take the lid off. And you can see the rack here. So the rack is just a stainless steel piece that fits on top here. And it fits very nicely. And what I like about this rack here is, unlike your traditional racks, which would sit at the bottom of the sous vide container, this particular rack sits on top, which ultimately it just gives it more capacity, because what you'll do is hang your bags off the racks on top, which just creates a lot more efficiency than your normal rack, which you would put side by side on the bottom. So I actually really like this setup. I didn't think I would. It's unexpected to what I expected from a rack within the sous vide container, or sort of paired that way. It's unlike any other that I've seen, so I do very much like that. I think this is gonna be really handy. Other things to mention, let's take the rack off. As I look at the container itself, the other thing I'm noticing, we've talked about, you know, sort of the very nice transparency, almost crystal clear of this container, but the other thing here is you can see there are, you know, almost like a built-in trivet, if you will, here. That's a really nice feature. So I don't think I'd have to worry about putting some trivets underneath, or a towel, or pot holders, or what have you. I think this is gonna work out really nicely to where it's simple. Other things, unlike your traditional containers, I've got a couple of them here, right? So this is one of your Cambros again, feels very different in the hand than sort of the quality of the plastic here. Here's a Lipovy container. Yeah, big difference with the Anova quality versus these over here. But it has handles, which is very nice. So, you know, these can get quite heavy when you fill them with water. The handles are a nice feature. I'll probably run some tests and see how many pounds of water it is when this thing is filled, to give you an idea there. So that is the Anova Sous Vide container. This is the 16-liter size, which is roughly 17 quarts. I really like it. I'm excited to get cooking on this one. Again, the highlights to me are like the quality of the plastic is fantastic. It's very transparent. You can see it's shaped for sort of water circulation, which is obviously nice. It's very like specifically designed for sous vide. The rack, I think, is a very nice touch, just that it's sort of non-traditional, fits on top, fits very well. You can clip your various food items to it. I think that's gonna work really nice. The lid itself is just as transparent as the container. It has a universal sort of fitting for whatever sous vide machine you have. All of these things are very nice features. I start to understand why the container itself costs a little more than your traditional container. And if I start to think through the math, like just the fact that with something like a 16-liter container, you need multiple racks sitting on the bottom or a very large rack. You start to add in what that would cost, the fact that it's a little more efficient the way this rack is designed, the lid just being very nice, universal, having, you know, keeping the condensation in versus more so than the other lids would. I start to understand why it charges a premium price, and I very do. With all that, I very much do like this container. I'm excited to try it out. I'll come back to you guys with any more comments as I test it and actually use it. But I hope you enjoyed that video. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Very much appreciate you being here. With that, until next time.